Oh, well, that's a good start. We're on low quality 30 quid headphone microphone quality today because it's second channel. First things first, as it's Xbox 360 edition, it is the law that you set the gamma obscenely high. So, as you can see from the title, this is an entirely pointless and incredibly low effort quick look around the 360 edition Minecraft world that myself and my better half, as the kids say, have been working on. Well, we've not been on here for actually ages, actually, to be fair, but a year or so ago we were on it quite consistently. As you can see here, I'll just take to the house. Okay, here we are. This entire video is basically just a show of character development to show how far I've come from the person who couldn't walk through doors properly. If you're wondering why this is 360 edition instead of anything newer, I don't really know. It's just kind of, I don't even have nostalgia for this version because I never played it back in the day. There's just something. I mean, that iron's going to be well done. I've been in there for months. There's just something kind of nice about it. The kind of the very limited world size. All of your progress is in a kind of enclosed space. I mean, it's a big enclosed space, obviously, but I don't know. There's something nice about that. I was hesitant about ever properly doing a world in this edition, mainly just out of laziness, because of the number of improved. This is our pet slime, by the way. Is one of the first additions to this house. In the years since this version was discontinued, there's been an increase in the number of ways you can get ender pearls, and I thought, well, I suppose not even just I thought, have been vastly improved, like villager trading systems and such. So I thought there'd be a lot more kind of tedious grinding in this version, and while it is true, both of those things, old school villager trading was not as useless as I'd been led to believe. I don't know by whom, but given that the first update I ever actually played at all was, I'm pretty sure, Village and Pillage, and I didn't know about how the villager trading worked until even later than that. But I know word on the street was that the old trading system was kind of terrible, so I didn't think there was anything really beneficial to come out of it. But as you will see shortly, that was not the case. Also, diamonds as well. I could never, in all past attempts to play this game to any level, I could never be bothered to do mining properly. But for some reason, if I'm doing it with another person, it feels way less tedious. So you can see from up here, that's the start of an attempt to build a replica of George, the cat. We've got a bunch of farmland down there. That did have a bunch of animals in. They all despawned after a while, and I've not really got around to repopulating it. We've got a shed over there that I'll go over to in a minute, and I think that was an attempt at a AFK fish farm from when I thought that villager trading was useless as an attempt to try and get mending. I'm not even sure where to exactly start, really, in terms of going from here. I'll go down here first. Might as well go in Nether, I suppose. This is usually about as far as I get in terms of world progression before if you look no further than Minecraft Xbox 360 Edition speedrun, but we're fresh out of speed, and you will see exactly what usually happens. I fumble around trying to do things, trying to get to things ahead of time and make decent progress, only to end up just kind of losing heart and giving up. Whereas this, we persisted, as you can obviously tell. This here was an initial blaze tunnel which goes around, but now it's greatly expanded. For a second there, I thought I got a skull. I was going to say, it's not really a spoiler. You saw the effects, but we have 2 beacons in this world. So I spent much time collecting skulls, as you do, and so I was going to say, if I got a skull first try, then I don't know why I've come this far into the Nether. To be honest, there's not really much to see. We've got a good expanse of exposed fortress in this general area. Not that, I mean, obviously, I'm taking credit for this because obviously it wasn't natural generation and all. These guys are idiots. Come on. Okay, I'm a bit out of practice, and I'm also playing with a very small bit of lag because I've not got a HDMI splitter on me, so I'm playing this solely through my laptop, which is capturing it. So I'm just going to head down real quick. It loops around quite nicely. I think up there was an entrance into that minecart minecart track when I was first kind of exploring nervously, and I had less armor and such. That just goes down to the open ground. A bunch of just kind of spare. I don't think I said. I think I just went through these without any context before. Just a bunch of spare stuff and many swords. Did I pick one up from before? Yes, I did. That can go in here. Oh, this very small bit of lag is really screwing me over. I'll carry on down the stairs. There's this. What is this? Oh right, yeah. This is a furnace room, and then it's like one of those hotel doors where it closes the bathroom cubicle and also the no, where it closes the bathroom door, but also the cupboard, the wardrobe. I think that's what they are. Pointless trampoline in here. Oh yeah, with a system for dropping slimes down, which I didn't show the top half of before, but I think you can imagine how it works. This is just a back door. I'll go out there in a minute. The pool rooms, just one of the with a hot tub. So this was one of the first parts we did as well, and it was bigger. But then we had this minecart lift system added. Oh yeah, I forgot half of this. This is a minecart track to the stronghold, which I mean, I guess I'll demonstrate. First beacon there as well, underground, to get as much coverage as possible because the radius is limited, but the height isn't. Yeah, that's right. It's weird. I don't know if other people get this quite as strongly as I do, or if people get it at all, or it's just me being weird. But for some reason, sometimes I build like really strong subconscious like connections between thing that I've built in Minecraft or something along those lines and the media that I was listening to while I was doing it. Like I know that I was listening to some Nick Crowley videos while I was building this tunnel. Obviously. Oh yeah, it goes right down. I forgot about that. Right up here. Since we're here anyway, I guess I'll take this with me. Oh yeah, one thing that I did on the portal there that I didn't demonstrate is that I always cover or remove the lava underneath the portal before I go through. I don't know how people don't do that. It just gives me anxiety that there's going to be some, especially in Bedrock. Obviously this isn't, but still, this gives me some anxiety that there's going to be a glitch and the portal's not going to work, and I'm just going to go all the way there, and I'm so ready, and I just jump straight into lava. So this doesn't really serve any purpose. It just looks, it doesn't even really look that nice, but you know, it's something. I don't know why I showed you that first. I'll have to go through back through there anyway. Can't remember exactly how well I got this working in the end. I feel like it was always a little bit dodgy, and you always kind of end up almost falling off to your demise. I think you've got to go through and then stop moving. Okay, not too bad. Clearly I tried to factor that in with this like safety wall. As you can see, there's a lot of water here. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, escape attempts of some sort, obviously, I assume, or attempts to fight back against shulkers somehow. I'm not sure. Anyway, I've not customized the end city really at all, so no point clambering through there. Oh yeah, I was going to say, the other big thing... See what I'm talking about? The other big thing that I get really strong associations between doing something and listening to something is if I'm working in Unity or something like that. Like, I mean, not that I do that very often, but there's been a project to rebuild my high school slash sixth, I was concerned for a second there, high school slash sixth form media department, and try and build a rudimentary puppet combo style game set in it, which I've been working at on and off for the last couple of years. And if I have a long session on that while listening to stuff, the bits that I built during specific bits of media, I'll have a really strong connection for some reason. And just time, obviously, but I feel like that's a little bit less weird. This is the slime system. You drop your slime there, open the hole, drops down, pretty simple, into a... You saw how it worked, you get the point. Right, let's go to bed. I get very strong associations. I recharged this like yesterday. What are you playing at? This is why I'm usually a wired man, but the stuff like this doesn't happen. But imagine this. I suppose it paused at least, and this edition does actually pause. If you're playing Bedrock and you're in the middle of like a end fight or whatever, I don't know how long this is going to last. It's a little bit flickery. I have very strong associations between songs and the bit of time that I first listened to them a lot. That's the point. That's all I was saying. Yeah, it's gone again. Right, I've stolen the batteries from the other controller for now. Actually, I'll put the other two on charge. And this... Oh, I'm picking up the wrong one. I'm picking up the other controller. Oh, there are a few animals in here. I repopulated a bit. Another slime. It must be new because it's not got a name tag. Just checking I hadn't forgotten about another pet. Farmland we saw before. Cocoa trees, forgot about those. Yeah, this was an attempt at an AFK fish farm. I think it worked a bit, and then it stopped working even though I didn't change anything. So, whatever, but I didn't really need it in the end anyway. I think that's just an access hole. Yeah, for when I was collecting the stuff from it. Here's the attempt to build the cat again. Not as bad as I remember. This, what even was this? This was like a town hall or something that you have to access from underwater, I think. Yeah, here it is. Yeah. A bit church-like, actually. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, there's that back door. And over the bridge, we have the shed. Some junk in here. I built this while I was working on something over here. I'm not sure what it was. Maybe it was just mining down here. Because this whole bit has been excavated out quite extensively. And this is a... Oh, I don't know. That's the old entrance. I think I'll just go in here now. This is just a mob grinder for XP. Dum, 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 dum. You can see there is the mining room. And the house from the outside, I didn't really show. I built it on a hill, not entirely sure why. And I will take that path to show you the penultimate major part of this, or the beacon, of course. Oops, I don't know how that works, I suppose. I'm still carrying that minecart. I suppose I could put that back in the conservatory bit, but I'll do it later. So you remember the thing about me not really understanding not knowing about the villager trading situation in this version, and also the failed attempt to make a AFK fish farm? Well, this is what happened instead in the end. We have the grand, luxurious villager hotel resort, which is not at all just a big... Oh, there's a cat over here? Hi. Which is not at all just a big, empty structure full of as many villagers as we could breed, with some in boats because they had decent trades, I think. So if you're wondering how me, notoriously terrible Minecraft player, was able to pull together all of this, now you know. I think this is just an extension into a pre-existing villager house, probably as a way to get some villagers through or something. So, oh yeah, of course, this is the addition. This is back in the day when they breeded based on. Okay, I'm removed that stepladder at some point. That must be what this outside one's for. I had no idea iron golems existed in this version either. I would have put money on them being a village and pillage feature, but yeah, so this is the era when villager breeding is determined by the number of doors in the vicinity, so that's what all of the upper floors of this structure consist of. There is another floor, so... Oh right, yeah, I see. So the outside ladder takes you to the top floor, and then this brings you down to the middle floor. Perfectly logical system, makes total sense to me. There it is. Ow. And a big trench for, I guess, defense purposes, but not all the way around. We got an absolute horde of zombies spawn around here once. Not like we killed one and a ton more spawned, which I'm sure is actual, like, normal behaviour, but I've just never had it before. There's a bit of the track over to the stronghold, and I guess I will fly back over, give you a view of the house from above. And if we then go over this way, you'll see the other major project we for some reason undertook, which was draining an entire ocean monument, as you do. Pretty much what it says on the tin, really, this. We painstakingly divided it up into bits and sponged out a bunch, only to then discover that there were a lot more sponges in the monument than I originally thought there were. So that was fun. Bit of a waste of time and quite so much drying out of sponges, but not to worry, it's all by the by. And then what we were clearly in the middle of when we last played this and I last saved was digging underneath. I didn't realise we'd dug that far underneath, but okay. Is there a way in? Or is this just... Oh, it is! Maybe. Yeah? Yeah, I thought maybe it was just like a... Hey, Debs. A hole to get some... Oh, I thought maybe it was just a hole to mine out some ores or something, but no, it is a way... Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah, do a bit of work for us. Oh. whatever will I get rid of? So you get the gist there. Oh, another Deborah, I can't be bothered. You see less progress has been made in this area, but still. I forgot about this as well until I saw it just before. There's a minecart track, which I suppose I can demonstrate with this, but I still haven't put back. A minecart track back up to the house. And referring back to associations with things, I'm pretty sure I built some amount of this when I was listening to the Isaac Ting's Wallace and Gromit iceberg video as a research for the Wallace and Gromit timeline video over on the main channel. I think I'd already watched it once and I was doing a second listen just to make absolutely sure there was nothing in there that I'd not thought about, or anything that I thought, oh, I'll worry about that later and then forgotten about. That's an oh no, okay, whatever, bye. That's an association that I feel like is there back in beacon range, but ironically it's just going to be in a pain. Just keep hitting my head. Little viewing platform here on your way out. I'm not sure how it ended up quite so windy, but still. And we're back here again, and since I just realised I got so sidetracked by the pool rooms that I forgot to show you the lower floor of the lower floors, I will go down there now with the assistance of the lift system. Beautiful. So this is another floor down from the pool rooms level by quite a considerable distance, and it's basically just a bunch of mining with some trees for, I think that was for wood, for more tools when we were still burning through stone and iron tools to save having to go back up every time we needed more. Was that a furnace? Was that a lava spot at one point to get rid of chunk? And something else that I forgot was somewhere around here. This is it. I filled it in with this little stairwell very professionally and consistently. It's always a pain to get to. I always end up on the wrong level. I think this is it. No, this is the top. I need the middle bit. There it is. I'll get that little spike of lag in a second as it in the post save frees up. I feel like it's normally after the save icon goes away. So if you're still saving now, what were you doing when it said saving? So as you can see, down there is a skeleton spawner, and it's basically just another mob grinder, but this time for additional arrows as well. Not the best thing in the world. Sometimes you get stuck back there and are very insistent about not coming through. Sometimes I'm sure stuff gets stuck and doesn't go into those things, but it should, if all goes to plan, drop down here. And then there is actually another feature of this, which is what it was originally intended for before I realised it could be much more useful with this. And that is that if you want to feel a bit cathartic, if you're sick and tired of skeletons ruining everything...
This is incredible. Simply pull this switch.
And you can watch them all burn. You're kidding me? He's not safe, is he? He's not... Don't look at me like that. Don't give me those eyes. I don't believe this. My guy has been saved by standing on the very edge of the spawner. Unbelievable. Normally that works. Whole bunch of caved out area where we've been mining under here. And I will take us back. I'll go up the stairs just to show you where we are in relation to everything else. Have I gone the wrong way? Oh, it's right there. I'm an idiot. Yeah, up here. This is with the rabbit speed thingy. So as you can see, there's the bathroom door, which should probably be like that, just in case anything somehow gets through the outside door. And it's just down here, and this is I suppose the train station / maintenance shaft for the lift system. And I think that's pretty much everything. I'll just show you the map, which I think is upstairs. A bit of I think that's because there's a chest on those two, and there's only one layer of blocks between here and the main floor. And must be there. Yeah, you get the picture. Did I go in these chests? This is like a bunch of spare weapons, spare arrows and shears, valuables and foods. Might need to go to Tesco in the morning. Potion stuff, potion ingredients, You get the gist. Lovely. And obviously a bit of a perimeter wall in the true Luke the Notable fashion. In fact, I reckon that's what we attribute the success of this world to. It's all just that wall. Oh right, I'm holding it. Don't worry about why the place is called Porge. That's a nickname for the cat who we're building. Well, the full name's Georgina, and if you're going to abbreviate Georgina to Georgie, and you can call someone called Georgie Porgy, and you can abbreviate Georgie to George, surely you can abbreviate Porgy to Porge. That's the line of thinking in that nickname. Anyway, there's the map. And we're all very concentrated kind of over in this corner for some reason. I'm not sure why that happened. I think before we go, I'll just show you the state of those woodland mansions. Oh, fair enough. There's the villager Soviet housing block. I'm not sure what was going on with that. Trying to do this without the map was very bold. Just wondered if I could switch mid-flight. You can't in this version, I'm sure you can in some, but I might be wrong, I don't know. Well, this one's still standard. Spoilers for what happened to the other one, I suppose. Yeah, this one looks fine. Could have sworn both of them met the same end, but... Oh, maybe... I think I might know what's happened here. Only one of them met this end, and it met it so much that you can barely see it on the map. Yeah, it's not in great shape, is it? I think this started by accident, but I'd be lying if I said I tried particularly hard to stop it from worsening. Oops, is all I can say. Oh, I thought it was still burning for a second there. It was just a torch. I suppose it might be somewhere else. There is still a... Yeah, that's what happened. I think I broke that block, and everything went a bit wrong. But oh well, that's what you get for being a pain in the arse like the people who live here. Do enjoy a bit of elytra. There's that. I think there's somewhere around here, there it is, there's a hole that I dug out from a woodland mansion. Not a woodland mansion, that's where we just were. Abandoned mine shaft. For some reason. I think the initial plan to drain the ocean monument came about because I got mining fatigue while underground at one point, and I tried to TNT my way out upwards, thinking, oh, we must be right under it. We'll go straight in, straight up, deal with the guardians, and be done. But I didn't get anywhere. Just a massive expanse underground where I kept blowing it up to no avail. Because obviously I couldn't just mine it, because I had mining fatigue. Could have brought a cow down, I suppose. But that's a lot of effort. Unlike this video, which was not quite as low effort as the Forza one from last time, but both were things that I'd thought about doing. So there we are, live your dreams or something. I'm just going to do something very stupid and try and switch back with lag while slowly sinking to the bottom of the sea. Lovely job. Really hate drowns, by the way, because they just, at least with zombies and that, it's your own fault for going out at night, but drowns just spawn all the time. Like, bugger off. I'm teeming with life out here. That horse has been loitering. That's not one of ours, is it? I feel like surely not. I feel like I would have given him a more dignified place to live than just kind of bobbing around in the water outside. I'm sure he's been there for ages. Whee! Not quite. Sometimes I don't know why I bother switching to. I feel like the time I spend switching to the shovel is about the same amount of time as it would take to just mine it with the pickaxe, which is a lot closer. Especially if it's something I already have. Is this ours? No, it is not. Can I? Oh, I'm not quite in beacon range. I'm sad. Oh, guess I can squeeze through there though. So yeah, that's this. That's all. Lovely. Well, goodbye.